What's up, everyone? Pull up a chair. If you're new here, here is the situation. I'm a retired special ops officer. I've operated in jungles, deserts, and places I'm still not allowed to mention on this platform. You won't see my face in these videos. There are people out there and strict contracts back at the Pentagon that prefer I stay a ghost. My voice is free, but my identity is still classified. The military gave me a purpose, but it also gave me a disability check that doesn't quite cover reality. I'm not here to rattle a tin cup. That's not how we do things. I believe in working for what you get. So I'm trading my experience for your time. I'm pouring everything I know into these videos, the tactics, the pain, the brotherhood. I don't need your money, I just need your support. A simple like and a subscription tells the algorithm that this old soldier still has value. It helps me stay independent. If you can do that for me, I'll keep bringing you the intel that no one else can. Thanks for having my back. Now let's get into the thick of it. Today, we are going to climb the pyramids. Every year, 150,000 young men and women raise their right hands and swear an oath to the Constitution. They are the base of the pyramid. They are the raw material. But at the very top of that pyramid, there is a tiny, microscopic point. A group of men so small they could fit inside a single conference room. They are the Tier 1 operators, the ghosts. Between the bottom and the top, there is a filtration system designed to destroy the human body and reconstruct the human mind. We are going to walk through every level of this pyramid. We will start with the chaos of boot camp, climb through the suffering of Ranger School and Bud S, and finally breach the doors of the Tier 1 operator training course. We are going to see what it costs to go from a civilian to a weapon. Level 1, the foundation. Basic combat training. The bus stops, the air brakes hiss, and the screaming begins. To the outsider, this looks like abuse, but this is the shark attack. It is the first and most important psychological gate. The goal of level 1 is de-individuation. In the civilian world, you are special. You have a first name, you have a hairstyle, you have opinions. In the first 72 hours of the pyramid, all of that is stripped away. Your hair is gone, your clothes are gone, your name is replaced by a roster number written on tape. You are no longer John or Mike. You are private, you are recruit, you are a maggot. The drill sergeant is not screaming because he is angry. He is screaming to induce cortisol spike. He is overloading your nervous system to see if you freeze. Warfare is loud. Warfare is confusing. If you cannot tie your boots while a grown man is screaming in your ear, you cannot reload your rifle when a machine gun is firing at you. This level is about compliance. It is about learning to turn off the why and simply execute the what. Why are we cleaning this floor with a toothbrush? It doesn't matter. Why are we standing in the rain for 4 hours? It doesn't matter. The lesson is discipline. The attrition here is low, maybe 10%. The military needs bodies. They want you to pass. But they need you to pass as a soldier, not a civilian. Level 2, the Grunt, the Infantry. Congratulations, you survived boot camp. You are now a soldier, but you are not elite. You are the backbone. You are the line infantry. This is where the physical reality of war sets in. The screaming stops and the wait begins. The defining characteristic of level 2 is the rucksack. The modern infantryman carries a load that defies physiology. Body armor, ammo, water, batteries, radios, mortars. It averages between 80 and 100 pounds. At this level, you learn the art of suffering in silence. You learn to sleep in the mud. You learn to eat MRE packets cold while walking. You learn to patrol for 12 hours, dig a fighting hole for 4 hours, sleep for 2 hours, and do it again. This is where the quitters leave. They don't quit because they are yelled at. They quit because their bodies break, stress fractures in the shins, herniated discs in the back. The pyramid narrows here. It filters out those who are physically fragile. But for those who stay, a hunger begins to grow. They look to their left and right and see good soldiers, but they look up and they see something else. They see the cool guys, the ones with the long beards and the high-cut helmets. And they decide to volunteer for Level 3. Level 3, the filter selection. This is the Great Wall. This is where the numbers drop off a cliff. This is Ranger Assessment and Selection Program. This is Special Forces Assessment and Selection. This is Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training. The game changes here completely. At Level 1, the instructors wanted you to pass. At Level 3, the instructors are actively trying to make you fail. The primary weapon at this level is no longer the rucksack or the rifle. It is the mind. The instructors use unknown distance and unknown time. In boot camp, they tell you, we are running 2 miles. In selection, they say, start running. You don't know if it's 2 miles or 20. You don't know if it ends in 10 minutes or 10 hours. This destroys the mental pacing strategy. You cannot save energy for the end because you don't know where the end is. You have to give 100% every single second with the fear that it might never end. This is where you see the Nasty Nick obstacle course. This is where you see Hell Week. The hallucinations set in. You are awake for 4 days straight. Your brain starts to eat itself. You see monsters in the trees. You see food that isn't there. At this level, physical fitness is just the entry fee. Everyone here can run a 6-minute mile. Everyone here can bench press 300 pounds. The question is, can you do it when you are starving? Can you do it when you are hypothermic? The attrition rate here is 70 to 80%. The bell rings constantly. Men who were the captains of their football teams, men who never failed at anything in their lives, sit on the side of the road and cry. Not because of pain, but because their spirit broke. They reached the bottom of their barrel and found nothing left. But the ones who survive, they change, the look in their eyes shifts, they have passed the gate of fire. They earn the Green Beret, the Ranger Scroll, the SEAL Trident. They are now Special Operations Forces. They are the elite. They think they have reached the top. But they are wrong. There is one more levels. Level 4, the Apex Tier 1. This is Delta Force. This is DEVGRU, formerly known as SEAL Team 6. This is the 24th Special Tactics Squadron. To get here, you don't just sign up. You are invited or you volunteer from the already elite units. You are already a Ranger or a Green Beret. You are already the top 1%. And now you have to start over as a rookie. The selection for Tier 1 is classified, but we know it involves the long walk. A land navigation course in the mountains of West Virginia that makes the Special Forces selection look like a warm-up. It is 40 miles a day, alone, with a massive pack solving complex mental problems at every checkpoint. But the physical part is just the commute. The real training happens in the killing house. This is close quarters battle at the speed of light. In Level 3, you learn to clear a room. In Level 4, you learn to clear a room while a hostage is standing 2 inches away from the target, and you do it with live ammunition. This is the defining difference of Tier 1, trust. In the killing house, your teammates, your brothers, stand next to the paper targets. You have to burst into the room and shoot the target without shooting your friend. If you miss by 3 inches, you kill a teammate. They do this day after day, thousands of rounds. This builds a level of trust that civilians cannot comprehend. You trust your teammate with your life literally before breakfast. The operators at this level are not Captain America. They don't look like bodybuilders. If you saw them in a grocery store, you would think they were a construction worker or a college professor. They have gray man camouflage. They blend in. But underneath that exterior is a biological machine tuned for violence. They are masters of halo jumps, falling from 30,000 feet at night. They are masters of combat diving, swimming miles underwater to place a charge on a ship. They are masters of driving, lock-picking, and disguise. This is the realm of the ghost. When a Tier 1 operator executes a mission, it usually never happened. There is no news report. There is no medal ceremony. The president denies knowledge. They operate in the black. They fly on helicopters with no markings. They use weapons that technically don't exist. They act with total autonomy. In the regular army, you call headquarters to ask permission to shoot. In Tier 1, the strategic corporal makes the decision. He has the authority of a general and the trigger finger of a sniper. But there is a cost to reaching the top of the pyramid, a cost that isn't paid in dollars. The divorce rate in Tier 1 is near 100%. You cannot be a ghost and a husband. You cannot be a world-class killer and a soccer dad. The operational tempo is crushing. They are gone for 300 days a year. And the physical toll is catastrophic. By the time an operator retires, his body is wrecked. Traumatic brain injuries from thousands of blasts, knees made of titanium, backs fused together. They are old men at 40. The silence is the hardest part. When they do something historic, like the rescue of a hostage or the elimination of a high-value terrorist, they cannot tell anyone. They can't tell their wives. They can't tell their fathers. They sit in a bar watching the news report about the mission they just did, and they have to stay silent. They carry the burden of their deeds alone. The things they have seen, the things they have done, the smell of the target, the look in the eyes of the man they eliminated. These memories are the only luggage they get to keep. So why do they do it? Why climb the pyramid? It's not for the money. A Tier 1 operator makes less than a manager at a car dealership. It's not for the fame. Their faces are blurred in every photo. They do it for the man next to them. They do it because they are addicted to the excellence. Once you have tasted what it means to be the best, everything else tastes like ash. They are chasing the perfect mission, the perfect room clear, the perfect shot. They are the guardians in the dark. They are the reason you can sleep at night without locking your windows. They stand on that wall at the very tip of the spear and they say, nothing